Hello and welcome back to our channel where we speak all about future and the analysis, technical analysis, psychology, and the importance of understanding the simplicity of trading. And yet it's very boring but very rewarding. So it's important to know how to do the boring stuff. And as Bill Gates actually says, I always want to find the person that is the laziest, that gets the most results, and I want to teach everybody to do similar things. So it's very important to understand that analogy, to understand that it's lazy type of work, boring type of work, and in the long run, it will get you very far. So let's dive right into it. We're going to do analysis of crude oil futures, and we will also review just some of the drawings that we already had on the chart. So let me go ahead right to my screen right here. So basically what happened, we are looking at this chart right here. Okay, and what happened, we actually had this type of analysis, which you can see it's moved because I had before the BAG, okay, BADG. So in theory, I was supposed to turn it off, okay, but I didn't. So still would work out very well because price would be right there. However, it just shortening the gaps, okay. So what I look at is basically how I had this zone. And last time when I was actually planning this trade, what happened? I had that my risk to reward will be good, but there were a massive moves for take profits. So my mentor was telling me that I need to make it smaller, which in theory I could have just put my stop loss here and take profit much sooner, which will be risk to reward very high. Okay, but right here, basically what we see is that it's worked out once, worked out second time and third time, and the fourth time broke through pretty much aggressively, which did work out but didn't last long and broke out aggressively. So very good analysis. Did I take that trade? No. Did I wish I did? Yes, but it doesn't matter because the markets always will be there. Okay, so it's important that we understand this theory and we go to that. So now that I showed you that, we will turn off the BADJ because it's not supposed to be on those other crude oil and other features, okay, or indices. It should be only on the future indices of ESMQ, RTY, YM, and VIX. So now that we're looking at the crude oil and we understand those things, what we want to do, we want to delete all of our drawings. We will delete our alert and we will take a fresh look at our chart and we will start charting. So back to our normal routine, and as I started, we want to make sure that we do the boring work, the lazy type of work, because it is very lazy type of behavior, and basically we get our results from that. So what happened, we're going first to look for a trend line. Okay, trend line, in theory, yes, I know that now it touches here. Can I make it like that? Swing low here, high, swing low, high, and then potentially have a touch here for as a swing low. Let's look at something. If we go extend that, that's what I thought, that it will be able to touch this one as well. So then we have 1, 2, 3 on the lower trend line. We would prefer to have it from the low before the move, but if that works like that as well, it's not bad. I believe we will be able to see connection maybe with this one as well. No, with one of those, no. Okay. No, none of them. So it's okay. We just keep at this one. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. Then we want to see a trend line from the top. Trend line from the top. This one, let me see on the weekly base. No good, no good. Daily base. It's like not as bad, but also not very good for us. On such, if we have something like this, he almost touches. If that's the case, now we want to figure out that's so I can leave something like that and give it some cushion for correction in a way. Okay, then what we want to do, we want to go with our Fibonacci. Very well respected, multiple levels. You can see always look at the 50% Fibonacci and see if it's respected or not. In this case, was respected very well. Okay. Then we want to start looking for supply and demand, which we can actually as well look at support and resistance. So you can see those type of gap ups. There's also gap downs in some cases. So we want to make sure that we see that. Let's see. Uh, 76, you can see multiple of times respected very well, right? So it's a good zone of support and resistance. And then we want to see one more on the up. Eventually we will see it somewhere here. Somewhere here. Okay, so that's our support and resistance. Now we want to start to look for supply and demand, which is very important. Okay, supply and demand. So we basically will start on weekly. Let's look at monthly. This one is crazy. Curious to see if it's ever will go back there. You know? So technically we want to look for our supply and demand in the pivots of the high, not in middles like that. We can, but again, we have a higher chance of that not working out for us. Okay, this one is not bad, so I somewhat like it. Okay, and I will mark it. because I like the structure, the size overall, but we need to see where it will hit. Like, man, it says sometime if it hits somewhere here, we have a great position for a short. Okay, so let me see here. You can also see that we are currently like more or less in the imbalance type of area. Like here it was balanced, right? Like all over here was a few days of balanced area. And then from this balance area went to imbalance to again balance and then imbalance. Here it had a bit of balance area, but imbalance. You can see it was very aggressive. So that's great. So now I might think that it will come somewhere to this area and then just bounce back. Like it might come up to here and bounce. Why? Just because I don't think it will have only a move up to such a zone. But you never know. We are building our plan for best probabilities. So right here we have a better zone, 0.3 to 2.6. Not bad at all from a consolidation to a great move. And it's on a great potential zone. Okay, we'll look for more context in there. And on crude oil as well, what we are able to see that on crude oil, one moment. Fine, CL. So on crude oil, that's not it. So crude oil, we have $1,000 a dollar a tick, and we will be receiving an actual physical if we don't check out. But then if we go on micro crude oil, so we're receiving $100 a tick. The great thing that we have a lot of ticks in one tick, so we will have enough to cover up for $100. So here we have like 46 ticks to be able even maybe to play 2 lots if we want to have just a position here. So it's very good for us compared to like the gold. Right. So here also you can see it was in balance area and then went out of the balance area and had a great move up. If you really think about that, of how much from here in the balance area to here, it's had a move of pretty much 2.7% move up, okay, before it has some type of correction, which is great. It's really great. It's like if you play mini, you get $2,000 right there. if you play micro, you get $200 right there, and could have a, I believe, very good risk to reward, especially if you have two lots. And let's an example, you put your stop loss here, you'll take profit here, so you are pretty much exactly at 2.5. So that's if you had only one lot. But if you have two lots and what you want to do, you want to make sure that you take profit minimum 1-to-1 risk to reward, and then you move your stop loss to average entry, okay, which will be here, and then or your entry if you enter with two lots, and then what happened? You just let it run, and you would be literally right in profit, and then you take profit and it will go down, so you don't have to panic about that. And in some of the videos that we do recap on trades, you will see that's exactly how it worked. Okay, so that was great. And also you can see there is that zone which got swapped out, the zone, and then it's on a retest. Wow, actually, if you think about this zone, right, it broke above and then it came down as a retest and went right back up. It's very powerful ways to play retest reversals of the zones. Very, very powerful. Okay, so let's go continue. 3 hours. It's still in this zone, which it needs to break up. Nice. 690. When I see fairly big body with a little wick on the bottom and way smaller on the top, I don't like to trade that. I don't like to even mark that. It might work, but I don't like to have too much on my screen. Almost worked very well. This one is good, but not something we'll take to consideration. So this is what we have here, okay? Right here, what we can see, it's when it will come to this zone, okay, I would have potential long, because it will then, I'm looking at it as confirmations that it creates lower highs, okay? So here we'll need the correction of lower high. We have that zone of 6 hours, we have the support and resistance, and it's on the bottom of the 50% Fibonacci. So I would look to do that. I would look to enter with two lots for a position of the minimum risk of $100. Okay, so I would do something along those lines. Right before that low, a bit under this. Then I would take from here to where this 0.40 come from. Okay, we'll remove that. Okay. So the 50%, I want to have another entry at 50%. Actually, maybe I should do even from the beginning of the zone to the bottom of my stop loss. Okay, so my second entry will be at the 50% here. So basically, I'm risking here potentially, what is it? I tell you right now, 53 plus 30, $83 to make potentially much more, because my risk reward will be much higher than that. My risk reward will be much higher. I might, okay, to manage it properly, try even to get with 3 lots, which will be one on the bottom here of the zone, that if it gets filled, will be very good. Okay, that if it gets filled, it will be very healthy for me. So I have 3 zones, I mean 3 lots. Okay, and then I'm risking, yeah, $100 to potentially make great returns. Okay. My risk to reward will be close to $5. I mean, 1 to 4.5, 1 to 5. Okay. So this is my plan, more or less right now. Why I put here the stop loss, it's under this pivot low. So I'm looking at that. Why I'm looking to take first profit here, because I have already 3 lots. Okay, and those 3 lots basically will reach here, which will give me average of 86 cents. 86 cents. As a take profit for 3 lots. So basically it will be more or less close to $400, and then, or 300 something dollars, because also my average entry will be a bit higher. And then from here, I have 2 lots going to here. Then I will take my profit second lot here, and then maybe the third one I will take here, or I will look what's happening and put my stop loss somewhere here, just to let it run. And if it runs to here, I will take profit somewhere here. But that's more or less what would be my plan for this CL trade. Okay, if you guys have any questions, please let me know, comments, compliments, anything. We're more than happy to see any type of feedback on the comments below. Make sure that you like and subscribe the video so more people can see it based on algorithms. And if there is anything that you prefer us to focus on, that is not only analyzing trades, if it's about how we execute that on our broker that we use, how to use trading view, how to understand the trading view better. If there is anything else, if you want to understand how to look over the signals, the indicators of moving averages or any other signal that you have questions about, we'll be more than happy to look at that and let you know our thoughts on that, and we'll go from there. But for now, this is my analysis on the CL. Make sure that you do your own analysis so you know why you enter, why you exit, why you take profit, and so on. And we hope to see you also capitalize on the beautiful trades that we are doing. Thank you for watching. My name is Avi Aronov, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.